Prime Minister Modi, before setting foot in the Kashi corridor, took a holy dip in the Ganga river, and today that's become one of the most symbolic images of the Prime Minister's Varanasi visit. Also, as we stay on with these visuals of the fireworks coming in from Varanasi and from the Ghat, clearly a reference to how the evening has concluded. Remember, since morning, Prime Minister Modi has been at different locations of Kashi and appears to be today an evening concluding with the fireworks at the Asi Ghat. So not only a dip of faith there at the Kashi corridor, and of course the jubilation that was also witnessed today among the Varanasi locals, the development and change that they are expecting, and there at the sunset after the boat visit and the speech coming in from the Prime Minister, these are, as it appears, the final visuals coming in of the fireworks there in Kashi. Here's a report now on the Prime Minister's prayers to Ma Ganga and how it could perhaps become one of the biggest political headlines this election season, specifically for Uttar Pradesh.
माँ गंगा ने मुझे बुलाया, ये शहद मेरे भीतर से उठे हुए शब्द थे, शायद वो शब्द भी नहीं थे, मेरे अंतर मन में चल रही एक आध्यात्मिक प्रवाह की शब्द रूपी वो अभिव्यक्ति थी.
In 2014, Prime Minister Modi said Ma Ganga had brought him to Varanasi. And 6 years on, the Prime Minister's Kashi mission has brought him back to Ma Ganga. Clad in all saffron, with a Rudraksh mala and kalash in hand, no security detail, nobody accompanying him, chanting mantras and offering prayers to Ma Ganga, Prime Minister Modi's Asta helped him overcome the freezing cold as he stood waist deep in the holy Ganges. First taking a holy dip and then chanting mantras with his Rudraksh beads. After offering his prayers, the Prime Minister walked out of the Ganga, a kalash full of holy Ganga Jal to offer to Lord Shiva in the Kashi Vishwanath Mandir. Devotees and locals in Varanasi were elated to witness the holy dip by the Prime Minister in the Ganges.
हमारे काशी वासियों के लिए ये बहुत ही गौरव का पल है. हम इसके साक्षी बन रहे हैं.
मोदी जी को धन्यवाद तो जरूर देंगे कि इतना अच्छा काम करा है यहाँ पे, इतना मंदिर का इतना अच्छा रूप बना दिए. नहीं तो फिर पहले तो कम था, पर अब काशी और ज्यादा प्रचलित हो गई है उनके रहने से.
Prime Minister, clad in all saffron, taking a holy dip in the river Ganga with a Rudraksh mala around his head. Giving out a message as well that, the Ganga here is now cleaner than what it was. You can take a dip. With him doing so, that's the kind of messaging he wants to put forth where the river Ganga is concerned.
The last time the Prime Minister took the holy dip in the Ganga was in 2019, months before the general election. And the Prime Minister's dip in all black then had sent political ripples across Uttar Pradesh. This image of the Prime Minister taking the holy dip could be the biggest political headline in the UP election season. Will the Dubki in his Karma Bhumi this time too have political waves? With Preeti Chaudhary, Bureau Report, India Today.
So let me bring you a recap of all the defining images today in Varanasi. Now remember, Prime Minister Modi started his packed day by first visiting the Kal Bhairav Temple, where he performed prayers, where he performed an arti. So that, of course, was the first highlight. But after that, outside the temple, Prime Minister Modi even greeted people, stopping his convoy and his vehicle to accept even a cap and a scarf from the local residents. And just take a look at the crowd and the ones who were showering rose petals. After that, Prime Minister then took a cruise to Kashi from the Shiva Ghat, accompanied by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in that ferry, waving to hundreds of locals who were shouting and trying to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. All of them had gathered at the spot. Now, eventually, what became the headline moment of the Prime Minister's visit was this holy dip in the Ganga, offering prayers to Ma Ganga and chanting mantras, standing waist deep in the water, offering prayers. And then it was the highlight that was overwhelming for many. Prime Minister got a rousing welcome at Kashi with the workers greeting all around him. When he put forth his chair aside, sat with them and even decided to then chant Har Har Mahadev with the Karmacharis. So let me take you to now the ground as well. Asi Ghat, that is where all the action is. Aishwarya Paliwal has been tracking different locations. Aishwarya, fireworks at the Asi Ghat, and that clearly, literally and metaphorically is how we can say the Prime Minister's visit concluded today in Kashi.
Well, Pooja, unfortunately, the fireworks just got over, but you will be able to hear the chanting that people are doing. Everyone is saying Har Har Mahadev. There, everyone, I'll just ask Prem to show you. You will be able to hear people chant Har Har Mahadev is what people have been seeing.
Not possible. Har Har Mahadev.
So all the people This is how Prime Minister's visit has concluded. We did see the diyas being lit up. We are seeing the ghats being lit up. And now, just a couple of minutes, we saw the sky also lit up. So this is what Prime Minister's visit has done for the city. Most of the people believe, they say that what the Prime Minister has done for the city, many previous governments could not do. On the other side, people are still chanting Har Har Mahadev. They are on the guards.
Yes.
This is a way for them to show their love, their appreciation for the Prime Minister. Pooja.
Aishwarya, stay on with me because let's go across to the Dashashwamedh Ghat as well. That is where Preeti Chaudhary is. Preeti, since morning, you've been capturing the essence and the mood on the ground. So you tell us how the day was eventually. It was religious, it was of course spiritual, it was development, but it was also political. The timing, the fact that Uttar Pradesh elections are also approaching. So just tell us how the day was to you on the ground.
Pooja, what we've seen through the course of the day, it's been, you're right, it's been a heady mix of religion, spirituality, development, and a big dose of politics as well. The significance, the visuals, the optics cannot be lost in the fact that there is an election in order. Is the Kashi Vishwanath corridor, which is only about 50% complete, spectacular? Yes, it is. It's incomplete? Yes, it is. But having said that, what the messaging where the citizens of Varanasi, of Banaras are concerned, for them, it's the person who represents their constituency has delivered on a promise he made in 2019. There is a sense of elation. There is a sense of festivity that you can see reverberate across Ghats. Banaras, you would be forgiven to think that it's Diwali because that's how, the feel, the verve, the spirit that you're picking up is. On the other hand, there is, that one visual which defined the day was the Prime Minister. If I can sum it up with, was there a money shot of the day? Yes, there was. The Prime Minister taking that dip in the holy Ganga, loaded with symbolism, political messaging as well. Also giving out that message that I can take a dip, the water's getting cleaner, so can you. All of that, coming in together in the evening, coming in at the Dashashwamedh Ghat. I have never in my life, I have been here since 2014 on multiple occasions. I have rarely ever seen this ghat this crowded. So all in all, it was an event, a highly successful event. More than that, what remains is the Kashi Vishwanath corridor, which is now inaugurated in the first phase. That means it's open to people. People can actually start using it. When we were inside, for someone who's been to the Kashi Vishwanath Temple earlier, the difference is stark, to say the least. Where you could not even get a ray of sunshine in the sanctum sanctorum of the Kashi Vishwanath Temple, it's flush with light. There's an expanse of 5,000 square foot. It is lovely, indeed. The politics of it all, the talking shop of it all begins tomorrow. The Prime Minister is not leaving tonight. Tomorrow till about 5 p.m. he's here in the city. He's going to hold a series of meetings with the cabinet of Uttar Pradesh, with, the cadre as well. But what did mar festivities, Pooja, just about half hour ago when we broke the news of, the terror strike in Srinagar, that was the time where, the skyline of Varanasi, with the temples, with the light, was lit up with firecrackers. There was a full display planned, of fireworks. And that's the time, strangely, the Prime Minister wasn't there right on top of the vessel that he was on. He's seen every ghat, he's gone to every ghat where he's been right on top, witnessing, viewing what's going on, whether it be the Ganga Aarti here or the laser light show later. But, when the firecracker show came up,
Preeti,
the pyrotechnic
you there for a short while because we are getting these live visuals on our screen. Prime Minister Narendra Modi sitting with Chief Minister of the state Yogi Adityanath, BJP President JP Nadda, and it appears other Chief Ministers as well. I can see Shivraj Singh Chauhan, I can see Uttarakhand Chief Minister as well. So it appears there are, of course, all the Chief Ministers from the BJP-ruled states sitting there with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That highlight of the evening today. These are the visuals on your screen now of the Ganga Aarti that just concluded a short while ago. Remember, both Preeti and Aishwarya Paliwal have been giving us the latest and were live through the day. And it is only now likely that they have got at least some breather for few hours before, again, tomorrow the Prime Minister initiates other meetings as well. Now, Prime Minister Modi's connect, remember, with Varanasi is interesting. It's not new. But he came to Varanasi leaving his home state constituency in Gujarat. That happened in 2014. And today, once again, of course, the state is at the threshold of a political battle. Prime Minister has returned, showing that he has brought the change to Kashi that he had promised. Here's more about Prime Minister's connect to Varanasi.
न मुझे किसी ने भेजा है, न मैं यहाँ आया हूँ, मुझे तो माँ गंगा ने बुलाया है।
चक्षु खुल जाता है। स्वयं माँ गंगा के
Nearly 8 years after Modi's most spiritual claim,
भरे हुए कलश,
he once again waded into India's holiest river from its holiest banks,
वो स्वयं ब्रह्मा का
closing the eternal circle of his connection to the city of Kashi.
The shrine of
It's the city he left Gujarat for 7 years ago in a huge leap of faith. And today, once again on the threshold of a political battle, Modi has kept his covenant with the city of God. The Karmayogi in Modi, sitting devoutly in Kashi's most prominent mandirs, has been a defining image that has run parallel to the city's transformation. Kashi's VVIP Lok Sabha MP, ensuring his promise to convert Kashi into a world-class city, taking several steps forward. After 2014, Modi's Kashi Connect has grown stronger and deeper. And that's why in 2019, there was no way he would contest from anywhere else. It was a time when Modi was under Rahul Gandhi's most belligerent 2019 attack. And it was from the streets of Kashi that Modi's groundswell had crafted his withering response.
जब यहाँ आता था, कई बार आया, लेकिन लग रहा था कि यहाँ कुछ करना चाहिए, होना चाहिए। लेकिन पता नहीं, शायद भोले बाबा ने तय किया होगा, बेटे बातें बहुत करते हो, आओ इधर करके दिखाओ।
The idea that he had an umbilical connection to Kashi has been projected often and to deliberate effect.
ये बाबा की नगरी, माँ गंगा के आशीर्वाद, भारत के उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए काशीवासी संकल्पबद्ध है।
It was while sailing on Ma Ganga that Modi also spoke most extensively about his relationship with Kashi in a viral interview to India Today.
जहाँ तक काशी के बदलने का सवाल है, कभी-कभी मुझे लगता है काशी ने मुझे बदल दिया है। यहाँ का जो ज्ञान परंपरा है, यहाँ की जो विशेषताएं हैं, यहाँ की जो सांस्कृतिक चेतना है, यहाँ के जो वैल्यूज है, मैं दुनिया में जहाँ भी जाता हूँ बड़े गर्व के साथ गंगा जल किसी को देता हूँ तो मुझे इस बातों का गर्व होता है कि ये मेरा देश है। और तो एक प्रकार से काशी ने भी मुझे बदला है।
सनातन विधि विधान के साथ माँ गंगा में स्नान, माँ गंगा में जल।
With Modi and Kashi, the symbolism is of the returning Karmayogi in a relationship of mutual renewal and a holy covenant. Bureau Report, India Today.
And I want to now quickly go back to Preeti because Preeti has closing remarks of the day that you really covered today. And the speech also that the Prime Minister gave, he went all the way back to Mughals. Even here, he has gone all the way out, whether it is Ayodhya and the Ram Temple, where the prayers were offered, when the construction had just started. And now we have the Kashi event, literally in the manner in which it was presented today. Do you think Prime Minister Modi has gone all out? And this is happening while we have the Hinduism, Hindutva debate going on. Prime Minister ensuring that he's going forth and fulfilling the promise that he had made.
You know, Pooja, not just the Prime Minister going all out, the UP administration has gone all out. And why I say that is, I just want to ask my camera person, Hitesh, to actually show you. If you see the ghats, they're completely lit up, each and every ghat, 1.5 lakh diyas. There are more diyas on the ghats of Varanasi than there are on Deep Dipavali. That pretty much signifies how much the Prime Minister wanted to mark this event as a marquee event of sorts. The fact is, and I think I'd rather just end on that, it was a day which was high on symbolism, high on optics, but the politics of it all cannot be lost. The Kashi Vishwanath corridor is stunning. It's in its first phase, 50% is incomplete. It's turned the way one approached religious tourism in this city. Will it be or will it pay political dividends? We'll only know in time to tell. There is an election in order in the state of Uttar Pradesh.
All right, Preeti, finally you do get a breather now after that very busy day today. And I want to exactly end with that visual that Preeti has showed. In fact, the visual on both sides, one of the diyas that Preeti had just shown, and now to the modern laser light show that is on. Both of them coexisting in Varanasi, in Kashi, in Banaras. Diyas on the ghats, laser show for the locals as well. These are the visuals. We'll wrap up this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Lots more on the other side of the break.